Hey, beautiful soul. If this animal crosses your path, don't ignore it. We're surrounded by messengers every day, and most of the time, we rush right past them. Today, I'll decode 5 common animal encounters and what they might be inviting you to do next. Deer, butterfly, cats, snakes, and rabbits. Take whatever resonates, leave what doesn't, and always respect wildlife and your safety. Let's begin. Deer, grace and heart wisdom. When a deer steps into your path, it's an invitation to soften without losing strength. Across traditions, deer carry the medicine of gentleness, compassion, and clear intuition. They don't force their way through the forest. They feel their way. If you've been pushing hard, bracing, or judging yourself, the deer says, try tenderness. Open your chest. Breathe into your ribs. Let your shoulders drop. Your power doesn't disappear when you get gentle. It becomes precise. An action you can take right now. The Heart Journal. After you encounter, answer these prompts. Short, honest sentences are enough. Where am I being hard on myself? What boundary would make my heart feel safer? Who needs my forgiveness today? Others or me? Close by placing your hand over your heart and whisper, I am willing to move with grace. The butterfly, transformation and hope. A butterfly is the universe's quiet way of saying you're changing, and that is okay. The caterpillar doesn't negotiate the cocoon, it dissolves and becomes. If you keep seeing butterflies, you may be in a transition. Identity, work, love, creativity. You don't have to rush it. You have to honor it. Here's an action you can take. The Metamorphosis Ritual. Write one pattern you're ready to release and one you're ready to grow. Fold the paper into a simple wing. No perfection needed. Hold it and say, I release what's finished. I welcome who I'm becoming. Then place it somewhere meaningful. Under a plant, in a journal, on an altar. And take one small action that matches the new quality you named. If the butterfly found you today, ask, what wing am I still afraid to open? The cat, intuition and independent magic. When a cat appears, especially in liminal moments, doorways, thresholds, pay attention. Cats symbolize sovereignty, agility, and the ability to walk between worlds. They remind you, you don't need permission to trust your inner signal. If your mind is crowded with advice and noise, the cat says, return to your instincts. A quiet yes in your body is worth more than 10 loud opinions. Here's an action you can take. The intuition check-in. Pause. Close your eyes. Ask one clear question about what's on your heart. Inhale through the nose for 4, exhale for 6. Where does your body lean? Toward yes, toward no, or toward not yet? Open your eyes and write the very first sentence that arrives. Don't edit it. Then claim your autonomy out loud. I decide from my inner knowing. And follow that one small step that aligns with that sentence before the day ends. The snake, shedding and renewal. When a snake crosses your path, think transformation, healing, and new skin. Snakes grow by shedding what no longer fits. They don't make the old skin wrong. They simply outgrow it. If a snake shows up during a season of change, the message might be, release the pattern. Keep the wisdom. Here's an action you can take. The shedding ceremony. On separate slips of paper, write 3 things you're ready to shed. a belief, a habit, a role you've been performing. For each slip, say, "Thank you for what you taught me. I release you now." Tear or safely discard the papers. Then write one clear intention for the space you just created and one tangible step you'll take in the next 24 hours. Remember, observe wildlife from a respectful distance. This ritual is symbolic. Your safety comes first. The rabbit. New beginnings and intuitive leaps. A rabbit darting across your path carries two equal messages. Sometimes it's time to leap. Sometimes it's time to pause and scan the field. Rabbits represent fertility, creativity, intuition, and cycles. They're fast, but also hyper-aware. If you're standing at a threshold, new project, new relationship, new version of you, the rabbit asks, leap or listen? Here's an action you can take. The leap or listen exercise. Name one decision you've been circling. Set a 2-minute timer. For the first minute, imagine yourself leaping now. How does your body feel? Open, energized, relieved? For the second minute, imagine waiting one full lunar cycle. How does that feel? Clearer? Safer? More strategic? When the timer ends, choose your path. Leap or listen. If you leap, define the smallest courageous step you can take today. If you listen, define what information you're gathering and by when. Either way, you're moving with awareness. And that's the rabbit's wisdom. Putting it all together. Deer says, soften into strength. The butterfly says, honor your becoming. The cat says, trust your inner signal. The snake says, shed with gratitude. The rabbit says, act with awareness. If you meet any of these messengers this week, try the matching action, notice what shifts. You don't have to force meaning. Simply choose one small aligned step and take it. Before we close, a quick reflection. Which animal has been finding you lately? What quality is it awakening in you? What one step can you take within the next 24 hours to honor that message? Share your encounters in the comments. I read them and your stories help others recognize their own signs. If this spoke to you, send it to someone who needs a little guidance today. And don't forget, you're not crazy. You're guided. And you're closer than you think.